I'm printing patterns, and it takes forever to tape together or glue together these patterns. 8.5 by 11 is a lot of paper wasted. This machine, for actually not that much money at all, has solved all of those problems. Hi everyone, I'm Angelina, and this is Blueprint DIY, where we remake our clothes to be just as unique as us. And I never have to glue or tape a PDF pattern together again, and I'm super excited. I am so excited. So I teach a class where I print the patterns for the students for the beginner 6-week class. And the reason I do that is because they're just that specific class. They're just learning how to sew. So that's times 15 of this pattern printing. And poor K-Shell would be in the other room just a taping and a taping and a taping. That's a lot of tape. That's a lot of glue. That's a lot of paper. Lo and behold, across my timeline came up the Vevor plotter and vinyl cutter. Yes. So I'm super excited to share with you guys today how to print your PDF patterns on the Vevor vinyl cutter and plotter. Let's do it.
All right, first things first, while I am unboxing this, let me tell you that at the time of recording this, this is on sale. It's the Vevor 34-inch vinyl cutter plotter. And at the time of recording this, it is $269. Normal price $359. The $359 is a great price, but $259 or $269 is even better. So definitely go check it if you're interested at all. It came with a ton of vinyl and really everything that I needed in order to put it together. Well, the paper instructions weren't that great, but it does come with a video on how to install it or how to put it together. So that was definitely helpful. And I love that this one comes with a holder so that your cuts don't fall on the floor. All right, inside the box, you're going to find a bunch of things that you're going to need in order to operate the machine. This is the power cord. So we're going to go ahead and put this side into the machine and then plug this into the wall. And then we can also turn it on from right here. Once we do that, the light will come on and it says online. This is the cord that you plug up your computer with. This is a USB cord, and we're going to plug up this side into the machine and then this side into our computer. It also has another type of connection that you can use. I'm not going to use this one, but it does come available. It did come with a USB drive, and on this USB drive are video instructions to how to install the software, how to set up the base, and how to mount the machine on top of the base. Oh, it actually has the Sign Master software on here, as well as the user manual. I've also been using this to transfer my files from my MacBook to Windows laptop. This is a magnet, but the important thing about this is it has the product serial number on the back of it. That's what you're going to use in order to download your software. It gives you free access to the software. We have our manual in here. This also has instructions on how to set up the machine and as well as how to use it. It, however, does not have much about the pen, how to use the pen. So I kind of had to figure this out myself, which is why I wanted to do a tutorial. It has a squeegee. It has a really nice X-Acto knife. And then lastly, but certainly not least, you'll have your cutting blade. This is the housing for the blade. So you get one of these, and then you get 3 different types of blades. Tool in here, as well as another fuse. Our purpose is to see this. This is what you came to see. I found this in here. I was not aware that it came with this. I wasn't looking for it to be in a housing.
Wait, there's a pen.
And it's just absolutely perfect that it is in the housing. You can see I used up pretty much all of it. So we're going to try to change it out before we put it back in there. All right, so let's see if we can change this out. You'll see what I have here is just a regular pack of pens. I got this from the Dollar Tree. I don't know what type of pen they used originally. And it didn't come with any extras, but you see I was able to screw off that housing, the top of the housing. I can take this off. Definitely don't want to lose that. We have a little spring here. We want to take that off. And this pen does have, it has a little notch right here to keep the spring from going further. So that may have a little bit of ink left. But we're going to see for this video if I can change it. So I got one of the pens out. I took the bottom off. It does not have anything down here to keep the spring up. So I'm not sure if this will work.
Nope, it's not working. Because for one thing, the pen piece is too short. What is this? And how do I get something to replace it? That is the question. Figured it out. I went to Dollar General and I found out because I wanted to try a different brand. And I got several, I got regular big pens because I thought that that would do it. But any regular pen is still only going to have a regular shaft. It's not going to have that little notch. But retractable pens is the key. So I want to say any retractable pen. This is an off brand. The cheapest they come from Dollar General. This is actual Bic, and both of these will work. So I'm going to go ahead and take it out like we did before. Take out the whole pen. All right, so we're going to lay this to the side. What I like about the Bic pen is that this part just pops off. I'm not saying it's just this brand, but I'm just saying this particular pen, all I had to do was, once you can get it to turn, you can get it to pop off. And then the other thing is this, if I did lose my spring, I can use this spring. I'll show you on the other pen. So I'm going to take this spring off, put it on this pen. And these also have a longer pinpoint. Put it in here, pop this on, and screw it down. Okay. So now you can see the pen is showing. It will write. Okay. So you can pick whatever quality of pen you want, I suppose. Now, let's try these cheaper pens. I'll tell you right now that I might prefer that a little bit. These are more expensive, so only 4 for what, I think $3. This was $2.25 for 8. Yeah, so much less expensive. And okay, I did have to break off the pin part. I mean the little hook part, but I think if you just pop this out, because it's one of those ones where if you click it down, press the hook to pop it back up. So I broke this little piece off so that I could get to the hook. Once I pop that, I can just pull this out. Oh, I got to do it on both sides. Pull this out. Now I can get to the actual pin part. See? That comes right on out. I can take it off of the bottom, put it on the top. Put it right on in there. And screw this part on. And the good thing about these cheaper pens is that they're see-through, so I can tell when the ink is gone. And I did discover that you can buy just the insides of retractable pens, 100 for $9.99 on Amazon. So I'll put the link for that in the description box below. All right, so here's something that I altered in order to suit my needs as well for the paper that I'm using. You'll notice on yours, your paper rolls are thicker. They're these thicker poles. And then your holder, your like for the scraps, it's a thinner pole. My paper needed a thinner pole, so I just took it out of here. And so you can see there's a thick pole inside this one. Hey, it works. I printed out a bunch of patterns yesterday, and now my paper is being held on this thin pole because that's the only thing that will go through. This thicker pole would not go through. So we're going to load our paper so that it's going over, and I'm putting it in the one that's closest to the back of the machine. All right, so these are our pinch rollers. They hold the paper. And so when this handle is pushed down, they're secure. They won't move. When the handle is up, then you can move them around. When you first get them, they'll all be to the right-hand side. So you can put them up and move them where you want them. In the front here, you can see that there's a section that says no pinch roller. So you can put the middle pinch roller on one side or the other side, but don't put it right where this sticker is. You can also change the pressure of your pinch rollers by moving these or screwing these tighter or looser. Because sometimes the pinch roller can leave an indentation on your paper. But you definitely want it to hold tight enough. So that's going to be, just kind of like a fine line. All right, so we want them all loose. We're going to put our paper in. I'm going to put it underneath the 3 pinch rollers towards the front. When I get it to the front, I'm going to grab it, pull it underneath the pinch rollers. Once you line it up the way you want it to be lined up, secure them all. So now they won't move. And now we can put our pen into the carriage holder. We're going to loosen the carriage to make sure it's open. You can place that just in right there. You can see the little nib is right there. Make sure it goes all the way in, and then we'll want to tighten it. When I first got it, the speed was already on 800. I left it at 800. The pressure was at 150. I increased it to 180 because the pen was not fully engaging onto the paper. It wasn't fully writing. It was skipping spots. So 180 seems to work. All right, so next up we have our computer. And I do want to tell you guys that you can only use a Windows-based computer for this program. It does not work with a iOS or Linux or whatever other computer you like to use. I've already installed the software, the SignMaster software. So you'll put this in, it'll have all the instructions. All right, so once you have SignMaster installed, let's start a new file. All right, we're gonna go ahead and change our layout before we add anything. And I'm very accustomed to architectural sizes for printers, so I'll use the architectural sizes. You do have other options, American page sizes, but I'm using architectural sizes. And then I am using the Arc E1, which is standard for plans for buildings and stuff like that. But it's also exactly what I need because my paper is 30 inches wide. So I'm going to use this 30 by 42. And we are going to put in our image. So you can either go to Images, Import, or you can go to File, Import. Either one does the same thing. All right, I'm going to choose my own blanket cardigan pattern. And I am going to go ahead and click on the image and then hit the little apple up here and go to create cut contour. And it's going to say images detected. Do you want to include their auto trace contours? And you're going to say yes. Now we're in the image contour tracer. And the only thing I want to change here is the minimum size. We're going to change that to 0. And then we're going to hit trace. Is going to trace the image and find all of the edges. And unfortunately, because we are importing an image, it's going to take both sides of the line rather than taking the line as one line. And it would have to be a really thin line in order for it to take it as one line. I've tried a bunch of stuff and it didn't work. So at this point, I'm just going to accept it until I can come up with another solution. So we're going to hit apply. Once we can see that it took all the lines. And then we are going to hit accept. I'm actually going to take this image and I'm going to delete that. And so now all we have is our, I guess, I don't know what to call it, a vector or our pattern. Was it longer than our paper before? Okay, so let's change our layout. 48. Okay. All right, so now we're going to go up here to our cut button. And our cutter is attached. When you first open this for the first time, you will have to connect the cutter. This particular model that I am showing you guys is the KW870A, and you can find your exact model on the back of the actual machine. You can also from here change where this is moved. I'm going to actually say just move it over 0.5 of an inch because at this point, I'm never exactly sure where it starts and ends. Where's the start and where's the end, like on the edge. All right, let's go ahead and try and see if it works. We'll hit cut now. And then proceed with cutting. And if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Definitely hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you don't miss a thing on this channel. Typically, we do a lot of upcycling, all the way from like no sewing, scissors only type stuff, all the way up to the most amazing epic upcycles you've ever seen. And upcycling is just remaking clothes from what they are to something new, and we love to do that here. And I also do reviews of things that help me do everything I need to do faster. So if you're interested, definitely stay tuned. All right, back to the video. All right, so I'm gonna release the pinch rollers, roll this forward a little bit, cut it off. I guess the point is don't do a pattern that's exactly 30 inches if your paper is 30 inches. The fact that it didn't gunk up and it just kept trugging along is pretty good. Oh, you know what? The other thing is my paper is crooked. That is the deal more than anything. If it had been straight, and I think maybe it's because the way it's hitting the wall, the paper's not free from, it's not free to move back and forth against the wall. But other than that, quality wise, I'm very happy. We printed out a bunch of patterns. They weren't 30 inches wide. A bunch of patterns yesterday for class, and it worked out really well. Let's see if we can cut vinyl. That I just have a sample of something, a shape that I made. I just made it with these pieces right here. You do have to play around with the pressure for this. Whoa, very strong. So we may have to do that. So we're gonna go ahead and try to cut it. Oh, I didn't change the pen to the cutter. All right, I think we got it. Yay! We got a perfect shape. And that's it. Now I never have to sit and tape another pattern together again. And I'm super excited about that. If you are interested, all the information is in the description box below. There are links just for you guys as well as a discount code. So definitely check that out because you do not want to miss getting this machine. The pen can do like the smallest of details. I love that it actually came with the pen, and I love how you replace the pen. And I can also cut vinyl. Super easy, super big, large format. And I know you guys, we know that that need is coming up soon. So stay tuned to see what else I do with this machine. All right. Definitely check out more videos right here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.